We wanted to renovate the bathroom, and there was this huge mirror over the vanity that we did not care for. I didn't want to throw it away, so I decided to keep it and do something creative with it and make a floor mirror for the living room. It was too heavy and risky to take it downstairs to the shop, so I left it lying on the wall for the time being. To start, I measured the length and the width of the mirror. I took those measurements and marked them on 2x4s I will be using for the frame. Then I took a speed square and marked a 45-degree angle to where the measurement ends. I used a router to cut out a notch that the mirror would sit in. This will give it more support when you lay the mirror on the wall. I clamped another 2x6 board on top to use as a guide. This could have been done much easier and quicker with a router table or table saw with dadu blades, but I don't own either at the moment, so my palm router will have to do the job. After I route out the grooves, I cut a 45 at the end of the boards. After I cut the boards to length, I laid them down on the floor to make sure everything was squared. I measured the length, the width, and across the boards. I used a Kreg jig to make pocket holes. Add some wood glue to help bond the two woods together. Check one more time to make sure the frame is squared. Now that the frame is complete, it's time to wrap it. I purchased a roll of canvas from a local fabric store. I measured the width and the length around the board so the fabric will wrap around the frame. After I cut the fabric, I laid it out over the frame to make sure my measurements were correct. Then I took it to the sewing machine and sewed two cuts at a 45-degree angle from the corner of the fabric. This would create a 90-degree to follow along with the frame. Then I laid the fabric back out on the frame face side down. I marked the fabric where it would wrap around the corners of the frame. Sew the markings and then cut any excess fabric. Then the fabric should wrap around the frame perfectly. I should have left an opening at the inner corners of the wrap so it would lay flat against the board, so I had to cut it. When stapling, I started at the corners first and worked my way down, pulling the fabric around the entire frame. Fold over and staple the corners, and there's your wrap frame. I found this grout mix I use for tiling my floor, so I thought I could use it to add some type of texture or volume on the canvas. I'm sure there's a better product to use for artists, so if you know what to use instead, please leave a comment and let us know. I allowed the grout to dry for about 24 hours and then I painted over it and left some parts of the textures unpainted to give that old age look. Unfortunately, I lost the footage that showed how I did this, but I basically made some templates and brushed over it to create the patterns. I'll explain the symbols at the end of the video. Next, I wanted to create a border inside the frame, so I cut 4 trim pieces and painted them and waited till they dry. Then I took a seawool sponge and made some splotches of red paint down the facing. I used this Mod Podge sealer over the artwork area after I continued with the frame. This helps seal the paint and protect it from possible damage. Then I nailed the border trim around the inside corners of the frame. Also paint the back side of the trim before placing in the mirror. If you don't, the mirror is going to reflect the unpainted area. I applied some silicone on the edges to secure the mirror within the frame. Face the frame on the floor and place the mirror inside. And last is to cut out and nail it back into the frame. And there you have it, a floor mirror for the living room. Now to figure out how to get this mirror downstairs without breaking. Here is what the floor mirror looks like in the living room. I love how this turned out and makes the room look bigger and more interesting. Earlier in the video, I said I would explain the meaning of the symbols. These are Ndinka symbols of West Africa. The symbol on the top is Supreme of God, humility and strength on the left, power of love on the right, and initiative and versatility at the bottom. I'm going to place this mirror up for sale on Etsy for anyone who is interested in purchasing this particular size now. I will also offer custom-made mirrors in different sizes or colors of the same or different artwork. If you'd like to do the artwork yourself, I can make an unfinished frame with a blank canvas. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. There are a lot more videos coming soon. Thank you for watching.